just on St. Clair in my neighborhood, and just for the video, I just passed a young girl, I would say, I don't know, 13, 14, walking by herself, and she literally looked terrified. She looked like she was not like crying or anything like that, but almost very, very scared and unsure of herself walking in this neighborhood. And you know what? I don't blame her. I really don't blame her. If I was a 13 or 14-year-old young lady, young girl, I would not want to walk around this neighborhood or a lot of neighborhoods in Toronto. So I can understand the look on her face. And obviously I can't stop and say anything to her because that would just freak her out even more. But wow. You see some things when you get out in the city, people. When you stay in your backyard, tend to your tomato plants and your watermelon and stuff like that, you don't get to see what the Liberals have done to this country. Well, not the way I want to start off my day. Changing a flat tire and another broken spoke. So I switched out. I had to switch out the tube. As I pointed out, the tube had a split in a seam, and I noticed a broken spoke, so I swapped that out and I put my my more motorcycle style tire on, and I can already feel the vibration from the knobs on it. It's like a motocross tire. But anyhow, it took me about an hour and 20 minutes to make that repair. Well, I'm off to a bit of a late start on this video today because as you will see, I'll put it in the video, when I went to get my bike in the morning, it had a flat tire on the rear tire. Of course, it can never be the front tire. But anyhow, and this bike is it's a hassle changing the back tire. But I've done it so many times now. I've had the back rim off so many times. I could probably do it in the dark. But anyhow, I want to talk today about the most recent US Consulate shooting that occurred in Toronto yesterday. From reports, it occurred at 4:46 in the morning. Security staff at the consulate reported gunshots, and to my understanding, there was a police car parked there with a policeman inside the car that may or may not have witnessed the actual shooting. So I don't know if it was that cop or another cop initiated a pursuit of the car. Now the car was a late model Honda Accord, white. Now it was determined during this police chase that it was deemed unsafe, and they called off the chase on the Don Valley Parkway around Bloor, is my understanding. So here is my conspiratorial thought process here. Okay, so the last shooting was in March. The same building got shot up in March. By all accounts, the FBI were the ones that tracked down the suspected shooters to that building on Martha Eaton Way in my neighborhood, and where the ETF officer Mark Pinner was killed in the line of duty breaching that apartment where the suspects were. Now, one of the suspects that's been charged with the murder of Pinzado was Nicholas Bennett, 19. They still haven't released a picture of him. Now, I just found out that the FBI might have tipped off our police up here with regards to their whereabouts, the FBI. So now, almost the exact same thing happened in March. There was a couple Jewish centers shot up as well. I think one was a learning center, and I'm not sure what the other one was in March. Now this time around, it was 2 bakeries shot up, I believe the day before on the Sunday in Toronto. Then the next day, the consulate shot up. Now, one of the bakeries shot up is, to my understanding, is at Yonge and St. Clair, and apparently it's a very well-known, very important Jewish bakery in the city because it was founded by Holocaust survivors, and the name has remained the entire time as a remembrance to the people that started this. Now, also to understand that a lot of prominent Jewish people go into that bakery, and you know, they meet up, they have business meetings, and they just you know, it's just a common place for the Jewish community to meet up, and my understanding is very important Jewish people meet up there. So it's symbolic. Someone's sending a message, obviously. Now, what would prompt someone to drive down throughout Toronto. Like I said, I did a video on this before back in March with regards to the Consulate shooting. And the same thing, I'm going to mimic what I said in that last video. What would prompt someone to go and blast up a heavily fortified building? Okay, obviously it's sending a message. You're not going to really injure anyone unless there's someone outside the building that you are targeting. And at 4:43 or 4:46 in the morning, there's not too many people standing in front of the building. So you are shooting at essentially, you know, 2-foot thick concrete walls at least, and you're shooting at bulletproof glass. So you're not going to injure anyone. So, and you know, this is months after it was deemed a national security threat that this building was shot up. So you would think there would be heightened security there, and there was a cop parked there apparently. So here's my question that I'm going to pose to people that watch my videos. Why would the cops call off a chase at, say, 5 in the morning on a Monday morning? 5 in the morning. There's not too many cars on the road at 5 in the morning on Monday morning. There really isn't. And I know that stretch of road at 5 in the morning because I've driven it, and it is almost barren. So, secondly, is it not deemed important enough to chase this person down at any means necessary, having the knowledge that this person discharged a firearm at a building? Now, just say this guy's car, they call off the police chase. Just say they call off the police chase. The perpetrator or perpetrator's car breaks down because they're running it hard. They're in a pursuit. Just say they get a flat tire. Just say they break down. They obviously have a firearm in the vehicle, I'm assuming. Unless they toss it out the window, I'm not sure. But I'm assuming they're going to have a firearm in the vehicle. Now, what's it to stop this person from getting out and carjacking another person at gunpoint? And what's it to say the person that is being carjacked doesn't want to relinquish their car and get shot and killed because the police called off the chase? Now, other people are saying, how come there wasn't air resources, a helicopter in the sky? Well, first of all, you know, it's 5 in the morning Monday, and you just can't get a helicopter in the sky that quick. This isn't Los Angeles where they got 6 or 7 helicopters in the sky at one time. This is, I don't even know if Toronto has a helicopter in the sky yet. I know York Region does an OPP. So I'm not really slighting the police for having air support in the air that quickly. So that is a non-determining factor. With the lessened volume of traffic on the road at 5 a.m., you're telling me you couldn't get the OPP involved, you couldn't get all sorts of different Toronto marked scout cars involved, undercover, emergency task force? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. And I understand that the public safety is of paramount importance. In Toronto, I don't know when it was a little while ago, but the cop just got charged with running a guy off a scooter. Now, the guy may or may not have had a gun in his hand, but there is video of a Toronto cop hitting this guy on a scooter, and it would appear that he tried to unalive this guy on the scooter. So you're telling me, now you want me to believe that the cops are caring about people's lives? No, something going on here. Something going on here. They allowed this guy to get away, in my estimation. I don't know for what reason, but they allowed him to get away. I'm not saying it's a woman, or it could have been a female driver. I don't know, but I'm suspecting it's a patsy. It's someone that has been paid, you know, in the grand scheme of things, not much money. Is it another one of those internet schemes through the what is it, the IRGC, paying street level gangbangers to go blast up Jewish bakeries and the US Consulate again? Possibly. And, you know, will we ever know the truth there? If the cops tell us that's the truth, and that's the truth. But the last time this happened in March, when the ETF went to Martha Eaton Way, I was on the scene 5 hours after the homicide of Mark Pinzotto, and I don't think they were expecting to get an upper echelon tier one operator of the Toronto Police Service killed. I don't think that was part of the plan. Now, forgive me if I talk a little insensitive with regards to 4th class, 3rd class constables, 2nd class, whatever the lower ranking police are. in my estimation, basically they are out there, just like I said in my video a couple videos ago, just to keep society together from complete anarchy. That's all they are. They are out there ensuring that drug addicts don't get hit by cars. They're ensuring that that drug addicts aren't strong arm robbing too many people. And they get domestic calls. I outlined that in my video, my last video. They go to domestic calls. Tier 1 operators of the emergency task force police, when one of them goes down, it's taken a little more serious. And like I said in my video around that time, I said that I hope the police are starting to understand that a lot of the political climate in North America, liberal induced negative political climate, is putting the Toronto Police membership at risk. I hope they realize this, that if the politicians weren't allowing the level of criminality to continue, that the police wouldn't be put into such dangerous situations. Now you're going to say, well, we got to ban guns. Well, I'm going to tell you, and I've said this many times in my videos, you're never going to ban guns, ever. You're never going to ban guns, ever. People are printing them on 3D printers. Okay, there's people all over the place printing. I don't know who, I don't know where to source one of these guns, but they're getting printed. They're ghost guns. Okay, they're making ghost guns in the jungles of the Philippines, and they're in the slums of Brazil, in the slums of Pakistan, India, Afghanistan. You're never going to stop the guns, and not to mention those faraway countries. The U.S. is our neighbor to the south. You're never going to get rid of the guns. So that is just a foolish notion to even bring up. Like, you're insulting your own intelligence by saying that guns have to be abolished. They're not going to be abolished. Never. There's too many guns buried around. There's too many guns in people's walls and houses, in their backyards, in their sheds, in their attics, wherever. You're never going to get rid of them. Now, if you go and legally round up all legally vetted gun owners' guns, then the only ones that will have guns are the police, the military, and criminals. So that's not the way a Western democratic society operates. Because then the only thing that is keeping the liberals for going full commie right now is, number one, the United States right now, because we have Trump there, whether you like Trump or not. And if you want a communist Canada, that's why you hate Trump. You're going to call him a PDF file. You're going to call him a rapist. You're going to call him all that, because you don't really give a shit. You got people down in the States right now slandering Trump as a PDF file and as a rapist. Rosie O'Donnell, I can't think. There's some other celebrities too, but predominantly Rosie O'Donnell is just coming out calling him a PDF file. Now, we all know when you levy those accusations against a man, it's the worst accusations that you can levy upon someone. So we have no proof that Trump is a PDF file. I have no proof that Trudeau is, Justin Trudeau, Pierre Trudeau for that matter, Mark Carney. I have no proof of that. Do I suspect that? Yeah, I do. Even with Trump, I do. But I have no proof of that. So if I want to have an angry, unhinged outburst, yeah, I can just start spewing shit that can't be substantiated, that can't be verified. Now, I do get emotionally charged in my videos, and I have said some things in my videos that were emotionally charged, but I try to remain as fact-based as I can. I'm just saying, why would the cop, getting back to the police chase, why would the cops call off the chase? If you go on YouTube, and if you have some time on your hands, go on YouTube and punch in Arkansas State Police chases, Arkansas State Police pursuits, and you will see how police pursuits are done. The Georgia State Police as well, Florida State Police, those three, even Michigan have some pretty good state troopers that try to apprehend the person getting away. And a lot of these times that people are trying to get away, they're just running from a traffic stop. They're not blasting up an international United States consulate on foreign land. And you're just going to let this guy get away in a Honda Accord at 140 kilometers an hour? People in my neighborhood drive 140 kilometers an hour down school zones. So something doesn't add up here. Something is not adding up. The police are told to stand down. Now, is there a broader investigation that they want this Honda Accord, these people in this Honda Accord, lead them to? Do they want to lead them to the leaders of a terrorist cell? Do they want to lead them to a cache of weapons? That's quite possible. Quite possible. They were pretty hush about leading up to the March, I believe it was March 10th, when Pinzaro, not March 10th, sorry. They were pretty, it was what, in June, when Pinzaro was killed. They were hush about that, leading up to that. Obviously, they don't want to let the cat out of the bag. They're doing a raid in the morning with ETF. I understand that, but there was no mention of any between March and June. There was no mention of any updates with regards to the investigation. And maybe there wasn't. Maybe the FBI was sitting on it. I don't know. Something very fishy going on here. But yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. And it's mind-boggling. It's frustrating that the police actually did a press conference and said they let him go. You got anything to add to this video, put it in the comment section. And if you have any inside information, by all means, share it with me and people that watch my videos. Thanks for watching. Bye. Looks like they still have the tractor train in High Park. This thing's been kicking around since I was a kid. Yeah, I think it was that exact train. This thing's older than me. Should say tractor. Just coming into my old stomping grounds, the old Junction Strip on Dundas. Been in Gabby's once or a million times. I'll do a little drive through the junction. You can, if you're from this neighborhood, you can put some eyes on it. You haven't been back for a while. And like everywhere else in the city, the roads are completely demolished. They're making this condo pretty tall. Kind of different looking. Gypsies in that van there. I heard gypsy music coming out of there. I was hoping they didn't shrink my head. Up behind the gypsy wagon again. Love what they've done with that window. I'm glad they left the windshield wiper on there. Swapping out the rotors. This is the old 180 millimeter front disc from the factory. Decided to try to use the old bolts, but I broke it off too, putting them back in, broke it off the heads. So I got to remove them. They remove easy. They weren't tight, and I attribute that to riding the bike in the winter time and salt getting in there and compromising them. I guess, I don't know, but I'm gonna I'm gonna use the ones that the new rotors came with. And that's what it looks like after you get it out. Oh, nothing ever goes smooth, people, you know that. They look good and they work good. I had to modify the back one a little bit. Didn't quite fit, so I had to do a little filing down with a file to make it the back one fit onto the. Anyhow, it's it's hard to explain without going over it, but yeah, it works good, really well. Well, not what I wanted to see this morning when I opened up the garage. Flat tire on the rear, of course, so I'm just stripping the bike down now to fix the tire, the flat. Nothing in life is easy. It's a split in the tube right there, right where my finger is. You can hear it coming out of there. Little unlucky. What are you gonna do? I've decided to replace the tube with a new one. I'm not going to try to fix it because it's on a seam, and I have to go into my my tire repair kit here that I keep on the bike and pull out a brand new tube. And that's a brand new tube, and I'm thinking of putting that more robust tire on the back. Now, with that tire, in comparison to this tire, it's much more durable and has better off-road characteristics, but I lose range and top-end speed. But we'll see. Stay tuned. I have another broken spoke too. Where is it? Right here, this one. So it's broken right here. It breaks the nib off, or nub, and that happens more frequently than I would like. And like I said before, that's a larger gauge spoke, so I replace them with a smaller gauge spoke, and the smaller gauge spokes don't break. I know, go figure, right? Well, got that to do too. Well, I decided to go with the motorcycle style tire. I originally ordered these for fall and winter riding, and they only have 400 kilometers on them, where this factory tire has 5,000 kilometers on it. So it was getting low anyways, and very, very cheap tires, right? These ones I put on, this one, I didn't change the front out yet. I might do that next week, whatever. And you can see these ones still have all the nubs on them. Like, it's almost essentially a brand new tire, and much more robust. So I'm gonna put this back in the garage as a spare.